data to the Citizen Science Project being undertaken by HAMSci on the 14th of October. The Solar Eclipse QSO party is a particular attraction for hams who can contribute valuable ionospheric data from anywhere in the world. Amateurs making QSOs using CW, SSB, and digital modes on 160 through 6 meters can help researchers gain better insights into ionospheric variability. Shortwave listeners and AMDXers can also get in on the action by signing up for HAMSci's Gladstone Signal Spotting Challenge. This challenge relies on CW and digital beacons and modes such as Whisper and FSP4W. The HAMSci website reminds hams that researchers rely on amateur radio operators through initiatives such as these. The data that's collected helps researchers get a better grasp of how the HF bands behave, particularly at the time of a solar eclipse. Registration is open for the Gladstone Signal Spotting Challenge and the Solar Eclipse QSO Party at hamsci.org. That's HAMSCI.org. This is LMB, KB3TZD.
August 15th was a day of celebration in India, on and off the air. Jim Meechan, ZL2BHF, tells us what made the day so memorable.
Hams in India marked a full day of celebrating for the 76th anniversary of the nation's independence, with activities on and off the air on the 15th of August. Well-wishers checked into nets on 20 meters, 40 meters, 2 meters, and Echolink, all using the call sign AT76IND. Locally, about 100 students from local schools and colleges attended a technical workshop in Kolkata that provided guidance for building 3 types of antennas. The activities were organized by the West Bengal Radio Club and the Indian Academy of Communications and Disaster Management, whose principal, Pospoti Mondale, VU3ODQ, and Vice Principal Deepak Chakraborty, VU3, provided the technical guidance. The Academy provides training and test preparation year-round for interested candidates who want to pursue their amateur radio license, helping them achieve their own personal independence every day of the year. This is Jim Meechan, ZL2BHF.
2 satellites are getting ready to enter space from Europe, and both have amateur digipeaters on board. Jeremy Boot, G4NJH, tells us what to expect.
Slovakia and Romania are preparing to launch digipeating satellites this autumn, following coordination of their frequencies by the International Amateur Radio Union. The Slovakian satellite, a 1U CubeSat, will have experimental slow-scan digital video, as well as a digipeater operating around the clock on 2 different bands. Because the satellite has an educational role to fulfill, there will be messages transmitted in both CW and using AX25 occasionally. The IARU has coordinated a downlink on 436.680 MHz. The Romanian satellite is a picosat, with the primary role of serving as a digital amateur repeater. A CW beacon will also be transmitted so that hams can measure various properties of the signals and detect its speed by using Doppler. The satellite will also transmit low-resolution SSDV images in GFSK mode. The satellite will be using a downlink on 436.235 MHz. CW will be sent at 20 words per minute. GFSK telemetry will be sent at 500 bits per second, and GFSK SSDV will be sent at 5 kilobits per second. This is Jeremy Boot, G4NJH.
Time for you to identify your station. We are the Amateur Radio Newsline, heard on bulletin stations around the world, including the N9EOC repeater of the Central Indiana Amateur Radio Association in Noblesville, Indiana, on Sundays at 8 p.m. local time. A ham whose long and varied broadcast career helped launch his amateur experience has become a silent key. We hear more about him from Andy Morrison, K9AWM.
Ron Kazda's radio career took root in the world of commercial broadcasting with Wisconsin stations such as WTCH, WHBY, and WAPL. A broadcast engineer, he made subsequent moves to doubleday broadcasting in Colorado and in 1986 to Parker Communications in Minnesota. According to his page on QRZ.com, his favorite job was at Hubbard Communications, and he remained there as Director of Engineering until 2002, when he retired. His other favorite moments on the air were found in amateur radio. Ron got his license while working in the broadcast field and upgraded to Extra in 2008. After a lifetime on the commercial side, he embraced the amateur side after his retirement. He wrote on his page on QRZ.com, quote, "I should have done this years ago. I am having the time of my life with this new hobby," end quote. Ron died on the 3rd of August in Wisconsin. He was 86. This is Andy Morrison, K9AWM.
Do your QSOs inspire poetry? Is there a haiku perhaps waiting to be written about the last QSL card you got? Join the Amateur Radio Newsline Haiku Challenge. In the spirit of fun and perhaps a little bit of literary adventure, we invite you to share the joy of ham radio in the form of a haiku. On our website, arnewsline.org, you'll find a submission form. To qualify, you need to follow traditional haiku form. The first line's 5 syllables, second line 7 syllables, and the finishing third line another 5 syllables. We cannot accept any other formats. Our team will pick from the best submissions that follow the 5-7-5 syllable rule and represent the love of amateur radio. Your prize? For now, bragging rights and a featured spot for your haiku on the Amateur Radio Newsline website. We may have a surprise for you at the end of the year, however. So visit our website, arnewsline.org, and take a look at this week's winning ham radio haiku. The unending search for better battery power with improved storage capacity has led to yet another innovative design. And this one is about to be released for commercial use. Here's the tales from Kent Peterson, KC0DGY.
A professor emeritus from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology has created a liquid metal battery that he will soon be introducing into the commercial market as a low-cost, long-life option. Donald Sadoway is a material scientist who is focused on developing affordable batteries through his years of research. He co-founded his company, Ambray, in 2010 as a way to commercialize his liquid metal battery, which contains molten metal electrodes and a molten salt electrolyte. The Massachusetts-based company will be working with Colorado-based XL Energy in early 2024. Ambray plans to install a 300-kilowatt system for the utility and expects it to be up and running late next year. An article on the IEEE Spectrum website said that the liquid metal battery could lead to a substantial reduction in energy costs. The scientist credits the battery's alternative components for creating a system design different from that found in lithium-ion batteries. He told the IEEE Spectrum, quote, "The concept of a liquid metal battery makes it unique for stationary storage. It's not flammable, unlike lithium, and it's resistant to capacity fade. We've got data on thousands of charge cycles, which is years of operation. This thing should go 20 years and still retain 95% of its capacity," end quote. This is Kent Peterson, KC0DGY.
History will not let anyone forget the horrors of the concentration camps of World War II. Hams in Mexico have devoted the month of August to remembering a Polish priest considered the patron saint of amateur radio. Details from Kevin Trotman, N5PRE.
The Franciscan friar Maximilian Kolbe was killed at Auschwitz in 1941, giving his life in exchange for saving a Polish army sergeant condemned by the Nazis to die. In remembrance of the priest, who was declared a saint in the Roman Catholic Church, the call sign for the MAX is on the air until the 31st of August. The call is considered the video. You call sign 3RN in 1938 from his hill in the monastery to spread the faith. Throughout August, the special events station in Mexico has been calling QRZ in his memory on various bands using CW, SSB, and the digital modes. Details are available on QRZ.com. Hams unable to contact 4A2 MAX this month can still check into the weekly St. Maximilian Kolbe Radio Net operated on Sundays year-round on 80 meters, 20 meters, and on the TGIF-DMR network talk group 3814. The net was founded in 1998 by a group of hams in the United States to commemorate the priest's martyrdom. This is Kevin Trotman, N5PRE.
In the world of DX, listen for Gary G0FWX operating on SSB holiday style as V47FWX from St. Kitts, IOTA number NA104 until the 26th of August. QSL via M0URX's OQRS. Yuri YL2GM will use the call sign ZD9W from Tristan da Cunha, IOTA number AF029 from the 24th of September to the 22nd of October. He'll operate CW, SSB, and FTA on 160 meters. He'll have FTA.com for QSL. Lao PF3X is an on 160 for 60 years and the digital modes. Listen for his call sign TF/PF3X between the 21st and 25th of August from Reykjavik. See QRZ.com for QSL details. We end this week's newscast with a story about beginnings. They're rarely easy and often intimidating. One South Carolina sees a rough start. New hams of ISH. That story.
Hams on the air. Reason there is Assoc County test sessions before general meetings. Passing the test earns the new membership and welcome with different operating. One person or and then even and then opportunity on the club for load and get all the air right up for sample and for value to membership, support recently licensed hams, allow members to try new things, learn, and grow in a documented fashion, end quote. The equipment is not available, of course, during Field Day or Ham Fest and does not apply to the club station itself, but there are gin bowls, tuners, analyzers, and 3 HF transceivers that would be otherwise idle most of the time. There's even a complete kit for POTA and other portable operations and instructions along with a folding wagon. While helping new hams check out any equipment, club officers get to know them better, learning their skill levels and offering advice. Even after the equipment gets returned, there's still one thing the new hams do end up keeping, a lasting relationship with the club that helped them on their way. This is Jack Parker, W8ISH.
With thanks to Amateur Radio Daily, Ambarish Nag Bishwash, VU2JFA, CQ Magazine, David Bihar, K7DB, 425DX News, Fagan Wasani Technologies, FCC, hamsci.org, IARU, IEEE Spectrum, Marcia Thompson, NC4MT, Radio Society of Great Britain, Radio World, Saborni Nag Bishwash, VU2JFC, stmax.net.org, Sam Poindexter, NI4TG, shortwaveradio.de, space.com, ukmeteorbeacon.org, and you, our listeners, that's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline. We remind our listeners that Amateur Radio Newsline is an all-volunteer nonprofit organization that incurs expenses for its continued operation. If you wish to support us, please visit our website at arnewsline.org and know we appreciate you all. We also remind you that if you like our newscast, leave us a 5-star rating wherever you subscribe to us. For now, with Karen Eve Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York, and our news team worldwide, I'm Jim Dameron, N8TMW in Charleston, West Virginia, saying 73. And as always, we thank you for listening. Amateur Radio Newsline is copyright 2023, all rights reserved.
W8WKY. Time out.
November 8 Whiskey Bravo. November 8 Whiskey Bravo. Just checking the repeater for tonight's net. If someone would like to come back to me and tell me if you can hear me good.
Sounds just fine, Stefan. N8 LTR.
N8 LTR, we appreciate that. Thank you, my friend. I will be back in about 9 minutes for the net, and I'll be greeting everyone then. November 8 Whiskey Bravo. Clear until net.
Well, that rag, I hold the key. Nice hearing it, Stefan. We'll be back.
Kilo Echo 8, Yankee Sierra Mike. Can I get a mobile radio check, please?
Kilo Echo 8, Yankee Sierra Mike. Good radio check. A little bit of scratch, but nothing that's not intelligible. So good signal, my friend.
Minutes.
W8WKY.
Here's NAPZD. Probably nobody left from the net. I was out harvesting shrubbery out of the leaves and sticks and yuck.
NATZD, the net starts in 30 seconds, so we didn't even start, so you got 30 seconds, and then you can jump in anytime you want. So thank you, November 8 Whiskey.
Well, thanks, Stephen. I thought I missed everything. Got some good vitamin D, and I got a bowl of corn, and I'm going to be listening to the net.
Roger, net starts in 10 seconds. Thank you.
Get ready for the weekly Serenet starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
CQ. This is W8WKY. My call sign is November 8 Whiskey Bravo, and I'm calling CQ for the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Tuesday night net, weekly net, I should say. Our net control this evening is me, Stefan, November 8 Whiskey Bravo, and this net uses the club call sign Whiskey 8 Whiskey Kilo Yankee for all traffic. This is a controlled net, and all traffic must pass through net control. Emergency traffic may break into this net at any time. Sarah meets on this repeater every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. This net is open to all licensed amateurs, and any amateur is encouraged to check in and join us. The PO tone for this repeater is 114 Mark 8. We'll go through some announcements, followed by a round of in and out check-ins by counties first, and then we'll move to our regular check-ins, also by counties. And then we'll get our trivia question for this evening from one of our master of trivia, Eric Elm, W8ELM, who's sitting on the sidelines waiting. Speaking of sitting on the sidelines waiting, our president, Gary Shorter, Alpha Alpha 8 Charlie Sierra, is coming up right now with some net announcements. Go ahead, Gary. You are up.
Good evening, Sarah and friends. Yes, that's the way I like to start it. A couple of announcements. I do have some sad news, and I figure I'll just get this out of the way first. Russ Sapik, everybody knows Russ, WB8UPA. I talked with his wife, and she unfortunately is not able to care for Russ at home, and so she is currently working to put him into some assisted living. I'm not. He needs constant care, so I guess it's not assisted living. So I guess I just didn't want to say nursing home, but I guess that's what I have to say. But anyway, I certainly miss Russ, and he's been a gamer for a long time, and we certainly wish him and his wife and family the very best. Okay, also a couple other things going on. We have baseball. Yeah. As we talked about at our last meeting, Russ Orr, KD8VYT, has planned a Rubber Ducks outing at Canal Park on Saturday, September 2nd. That is coming up shortly, so if you haven't gotten your tickets, now's the time to do it. The Ducks will play the Bowie Bay Sox at 7:05. Tickets are $12, and there's a fireworks show, so it should be a great evening. Bring your friends and family. Remember, you don't have to be a member of the Sarah Amateur Radio Association to attend or join us for a night of baseball camaraderie and, of course, eyeball QSOs. Also, our next meeting will be, that's going to be September 21st. September 21st. Yep, that's the third Thursday. I want to make sure I can count correctly here. So that's coming up here real soon. And, Stefan, I know you have a license exam coming up. I think that's in October 7th maybe. But anyway, all that good information is available on our website, w8wky.org. We talked about operating events, the Ohio QSO Party, et cetera, et cetera. That stuff's coming up. So there you have it. That's really all I have. We are planning a barometer net extravaganza, so that some information on that will be forthcoming shortly. So stand by for that. And that's all I have this evening, Stefan. One quick last thing. I do want to thank Scott Yonley for his presentation at our last meeting. Some really good information transpired there, and I got to tell you, there was some things I didn't know. So that was good, and we certainly appreciate Scott, and we certainly want to congratulate him on being Sarah's choice for Director of the Great Lakes Division. Now, back to you, Stefan. Thank you for the opportunity to talk this evening. This is Alpha Alpha 8 Charlie Sierra. Back to net.
ACS, November 8 Whiskey Bravo. Thanks, Gary, for sharing those announcements. Good announcements. Very sad about our Russ at WB8UPA, and anybody that's using NetLogger software tonight will see that I marked him with a very important person heading in the software there, because Russ was our master of trivia for so many years, and it was a joyful time, and our prayers go out to both him and his wife and his family, and the sergeant, his grandson. So thank you for sharing that, though. We do appreciate that, and he will be one of those people, even though he's still with us, we still feel the loss that he won't be on radio. But yeah, I feel that. So, are there any other announcements? If so, please call W8WKY.
Kilo Echo 8, Tango Lima Bravo.
Randy with an announcement. Go ahead, my friend.
Thank you, sir. I just wanted to mention I set up a Sarah Club Facebook account. If anyone wants to join in. If not, you don't have to, but I thought it would be nice to people to maybe share their pictures of whatever. I mean, I put some pictures on there of Dave and our outing on the boat and stuff, and people want to share pictures of their antenna build or, whatever. So I just thought it would be pretty cool to see more, people, more of their stuff that's going on in their lives and stuff. So, yeah, it's just under Sarah Club is all it is. So thanks for letting me announce that, Stefan. So it's Kilo Echo 8, Tango Lima Bravo, 73.
KATLB, we appreciate you, appreciate the club, and thank you so much. Any other announcements, please call W8WKY.
This is W03X with an announcement.
W03X, go ahead, my friend.
Yes, it's on your website, but October 8th starts a online technician license class, and it's free, but you have to pre-register, and I recommend to register early enough so that you can buy the book for the training session. So go to www.cfarc.org and click on education, and that's where you can register for that technician license class. Back to the net, this is W03X.
W8WKY.
W03X and W8WKY. Good piece of announcements there. All the announcements so far. We'll take one more call out for announcements, and then we'll start doing our in and out check-ins. Any last announcements, please call W8WKY.
8 Whiskey Bravo, WV3K.
WV3K, go ahead with your announcement.
Hello, there's Stefan. I just wanted to say hello to everyone. I'm not going to be staying on long here. I need to get some stuff done here at the house, but I just wanted to make a request. If you need any help during the test sessions coming up, I'll be glad to work with you and the team. Other than that, I wish everyone a wonderful evening, and I hope that everyone will have a great continued week. With that, I'm going to go ahead and hand it back over to Net Control. Thank you, Stefan, and thank you for the good works that you do. Appreciate it all. WV3K, and I'll be honest, I'll be clear. Thank you.
WV3K, thank you for that. I appreciate that, Phil. And yes, Gary was right. Our next session will be October 7th, first Saturday of October, and we will be at the Sharon Center United Methodist Church. And I will send out an announcement to email to all the VEs to call whoever wants to be the three that sit at the table with me. And I am more than blessed sitting at the table with all of you. So that being said, give me half a minute and we'll start the in and out check-ins. One moment. All right, this is November 8 Whiskey Bravo, also W8WKY, the club call sign. I'm using NetLogger this evening. I'll be taking check-ins with a callback format. As I check you in, I'll repeat your call sign back to you right away so that you know that you're rogered onto the net, and then I'll grab the next check-in. First tonight, we'd like to welcome any newly licensed hams or hams who are new to our net to check in at this time. So if you've just been licensed, this is your opportunity to push that button. We know we've all had a little bit of that button fright. We've all done that a little bit. But this is your chance to check in. So go ahead and call us. Call W8WKY. If you're newly licensed or new to our net, please call. All right, nothing hurt. I know we've done a lot of licensing, but we'll get there. We'll get there. And like I said, you can also join any part of the net that you like, in and outs, or the regular part of the net to hear Eric's wonderful trivia question that's coming up shortly. We'd like to take in and out check-ins starting, and to reduce the collisions, we'd like to take in and out check-ins by county. And this time, I will take in and out check-ins from Medina County. Medina in and out. Medina in and out. Please call.
At 8, Sheriff Toaster, Martin Wadford, in and out.
All right, Key 8 SFS. Go ahead, Mark. Thank you for checking in. Any other check-ins for Medina? All right, nothing heard. Wayne County in and out check-ins. Wayne County in and out check-ins. Please call.
Kilo Delta 8, Golf Yankee, Sierra, in and out.
All right, KD8, GYS, Fred. Appreciate that down there in Sterling. Any other Wayne County in and outs, please call.
KE8, IME, David, Sterling, Ohio, in and out.
All right, KE8, IME, good to hear you, David. Any other in and outs, Wayne County?
KZ8TG, Mobile, Wayne County, in and out, thanks.
Was that Kilo Zulu 8 Alpha Tango Golf?
Kilo Zulu Tango Golf. Sorry, I'm down in the Dalton Zip. I'm in and out, thanks.
All right, I appreciate that. Thank you, my friend. And any other Wayne County, please call.
Kilo Echo 8, Juliet November Hotel, Duggan Rittman.
All right, Duggan Rittman, that's an in and out, correct?
In and out, yes. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you, my friend. It's great to hear your voice, my friend, and congratulations. And my date's coming up soon, sooner than I thought, and I'll explain later. Any other Wayne accounts, please call.
Kilo Echo 8, Tango Lima Bravo, KE8, TLB, Randy and Ribbon. I'll be in and out, Stefan. Gotta get to bed here. 4:20 comes early. So God bless you and everyone, and you're doing a great job, buddy. And 73.
All right, KE8, TLB, appreciate the in and out. Any other Wayne County in and outs? All right, let's take a stroll down to Stark County. Stark County in and outs. We know you're there. Please call us. W8WKY in and out. Stark. Well, apparently Stark is a little stark today. But we'll catch them maybe in the regular side of the net if they're not doing in and out. So, moving on down to Cuyahoga County. Cuyahoga County, or moving on up to Cuyahoga County, I should say. Cuyahoga County in and outs, please call W8WKY.
This is November 8, November Delta Lima, N8NDL Jack. Stefan, you have excellent audio there. Sorry to hear about Russ. Definitely prayer for him and his wife and family for as much peace as possible. But again, doing a great job as net control. I'm in and out this particular evening from Cuyahoga County. Stefan, back to you, N8NDL.
N8NDL, we good to hear you, my friend, Dr. Jack, and the compact 10 is on the top of my tower doing all of the broadcasting tonight from the radio. So thank you for those wonderful antennas that you create. Any other Cuyahoga counties, please call. All right, nothing heard. This is a big one. Summit County in and outs. Please call W8WKY.
AB8OU Mobile.
All right, AB8OU Zeke, good to hear you, my friend. Any other Summit counties?
Kilo Echo 8, Romeo Hotel Mike.
All right, there he is. I hear you in the morning sometimes. KE8 RHM. Good to hear you, my friend. Any other Summit County?
Kilo Bravo 8, Victor Hotel Mike. Tom and Green in and out.
All right, Kilo Bravo 8. Did I get it wrong? Kilo Bravo 8. I had Zulu Hotel Mike. My apologies. If you could correct that for me.
Sure, it's Kilo Bravo 8, Victor Hotel Mike.
All right. I have Victor Hotel Mike. I appreciate that, my friend. I have to correct that really quick. Thank you so much for the in and out. And any other Summit counties, please call.
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Golf, Brian and Norton in and out.
All right, Brian. Appreciate the in and out, KFAG. Next, Summit County, please call.
Kilo Golf 4, Sierra Charlie Kilo.
All right, KG4SCK. Thank you very much for that wonderful birthday present that you gave me. I believe that was you're the one that gave me that, correct?
That's a Roger, Stefan. Glad you enjoyed it.
I'm still enjoying it. Couldn't eat that much in one night. But thank you, my friend. Any other Summit counties, please call. All right, WB8CXO, appreciate that, Mike. Any other one, Summit County? All right, nothing heard. Now we move on to the in and outs for any county, anywhere. Any county, anywhere, please call W8WKY.
November 8, Whiskey Sugar, Bill in New London.
All right, N8WS. So, Bill, good to hear you, my friend. Say hi to Judy for us. Any other, anywhere counties, please call for in and outs. I didn't quite hear that. If you'd like to try it again, give it to me phonetically slow. It's a little bit of static, and you lost the repeater. So if you'd like to try it again, I'll get you on.
W8WKY.
Not heard, but maybe Nick, K8SLG. Do you know who that voice was? It sounded like someone who might have checked in on one of your nets. I'm not sure if you heard that at all.
SLG. I wasn't paying attention.
No problem, no problem. All right, take some more any county, anywhere check-ins from WAWKY.
WB4AIZ in Florida.
All right, we got you there, WB4AIZ. Haven't heard you in a while, my friend. Hear you usually on the barometer net, but good to have you here this evening for the in and out. Thank you, my friend. Any other in and outs, please call. All right, nothing heard, so here we go. We're moving on, and we're moving on to the regular side of the net, and we'll just start this real quick at the top again. If you want to hear Eric's wonderful trivia question, this would be the side of the net that you want to jump in on, and we're taking Medina County check-ins. Please call W8 WKY.
KE8QFT, Fred in Medina.
KE8QFT, got you on the log. Any other Medina? All right, no more Medina. Wayne County. Any Wayne County check-ins, please call.
WAWKY, this is Kilo Delta 8, Sierra Lima Golf, KD8 SLG, Nick in Orville.
KD8 SLG, I believe you are just Nick, if I have to correct you. I'm just kidding. Any other Wayne County check-ins, please call.
Kilo, Charlie, 8, Hotel, Delta, Papa, KC8, HDP, Jerry in Shreve.
KC8 HDP, Jerry in Shreve, one of my favorite places in all the world growing up. Thanks, Jerry. We'll get back to you, all of you, very shortly. Any more, Wayne, please call.
Kilo Echo 8, Victor Oscar Sierra, Brent in Fredericksburg.
All right, KE8 VOS. Appreciate that, Brent. We'll get back to you shortly. Any other Wayne County? All right, moving to Stark County. Stark County check-ins for the regular side of the net to hear Eric's trivia question. Please call W8 WKY.
Kilo Alpha 8, Mike November Tango, Tom in Canton.
All right, KA8 MNT, appreciate that. Any other Stark, please call.
Kilo Echo 8, Uniform India Bravo, KE8 UIB, John in Massillon.
KE8 UIB, there's my friend John, appreciate that. We'll get back to everyone shortly. Any other Stark, please call. All right, Cuyahoga County. Any Cuyahoga County ready for the trivia question? Please call W8 WKY.
W8 WKY. N8 PZD. Clark in Cleveland. Thanks for taking my call.
All right, N8 TZD. A little scratchy there, my friend, but we got you on the log. We'll get back to you shortly. Any other Cuyahoga County, please call. No more Cuyahoga? All right, moving over to Summit. Let's get to Summit. More in Summit. Please call W8 WKY.
N8 LTR on RF, the way it should be.
N8 LTR, appreciate that. We got you on the log, and I think someone was trying to check in underneath you, whoever that was, if you'd like to call. All right, NT there was another person underneath you who was trying to check in, if you'd like to call again. Maybe not. Maybe I was just hearing things. Any other Summit counties, please call W8WKY.
WG8WIZ, Bob.
There he is, the Wiz, WE8WIZ. We'll get back to you shortly, my friend. Thank you so much. Any other Summit counties, please call.
This is W03X, but I see I'm already on there.
Yes, you are, but I'm going to move you down to the regular side of the net, so in about a second you should see the change happen. I put the people up that were doing announcements, so you are now down in the positions of the regular net. Any other Summit counties, please call.
Whiskey 8, Mike Papa Golf, Jim, and New Franklin.
All right, W8 MPG, Mike, Jim, got you there on the log. Any other Summits, please call. All right, any county, anywhere. This is part any county, anywhere that wants to hear their trivia question by our good buddy, W8ELM. Any other counties, anywhere, please call W8WKY.
Good evening, Kilo Zulu 8, Bravo Lima Delta, Brian, Canal Fort Ohio. I'll be in and out, KZ8BLD.
All right, KZ8BLD, appreciate that in and out there, my friend. And every time I hear you with your call sign, I always remember your dad. So it's always a good thought there. So thank you so much for checking in. You always remind me of him. So thank you for doing that and for just being part of the net. So anywhere wants to check into the Sarah net, this is the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association. We're taking check-ins for the trivia side of the net. And if you'd like to join us, please call W8WKY.
King Charles 8, Fox Queen Victor, good evening, Stephen, and the gang, KCFQV, Mark and Aurora Portage.
All right, KC8FQV, we got you on the log. Any other check-ins, please call. All right, let me take a little bit of time and check and see anybody that's on Echolink or any of the other ones that would like to check in. Give me 1 second so I can make a little room in case there are any people. Give you a little bit of space there. Anyone on Echolink or Allstar or anything like that would like to check in, we'll give you some space. I'll give you the same call and check in, but you have the floor.
November 8, X-Ray, Lima, Quebec, Lenny, Huron City, Huron, Ohio, up on Lake Erie. Good evening, everybody.
Lenny, could you give me your call one more time? And I apologize for that. Could you give me your call one more time? Lenny, was your call N8ZLQ? My apologies if I screwed it up.
XLQ, Stefan, XLQ. He might have picked up the wrong mic, knowing him. Anyway, back to net.
No, that was my fault, Lenny. And thank you, Gary, for doing that. N8XLQ. I should know that. I hear you in the morning, but, you know, I'm just getting accustomed, and I'm on the barometer net this coming Saturday with the every Saturday with our good friend Javen there. So any other check-ins on any of the digital modes, please call W8WKY, and then we'll go to the Trivia Master.
W8WKY.
All right, nothing heard, but a great check-in list tonight. Well, a lot of good check-ins, a lot of good in and outs, a lot of great announcements. And we're going to move now to your friend, my friend, our friend, the newest addition to the Masters of Trivia, W8ELM. Eric, my friend, you are up.
W8WKY. This is W8ELM.
I would like to dedicate tonight's question to Russ Sepik, WB8UPA, my mentor, and we certainly want to wish him the best. All right, tonight's trivia question. First of all, a little bit of information and then the question. Early radio receivers employed RF detectors that consisted of a wire called a cat's whisker, one end of which rested lightly on a mineral crystal. Galena and pyrite were the most common minerals employed. These two crystals are sulfide minerals of what two elements respectively? Again, these two crystals, galena and pyrite, are sulfide minerals of what two elements respectively? Your choices are A, alpha, aluminum and tin. B, bravo, nickel and copper. C, Charlie, lead and iron. D, delta, bismuth and antimony. And I'm going to give the question and the choices one more time. Early radio receivers employed RF detectors that consisted of a wire called a cat's whisker, one end of which rested lightly on a mineral crystal. Galena and pyrite were the most common minerals employed. These two crystals are sulfide minerals of what two elements respectively? A, alpha, aluminum and tin. B, bravo, nickel and copper. C, Charlie, lead and iron. D, delta, bismuth and antimony. Back to net.
W8ELM, W8WKY. Wow, that's a question right there. That's one right there. But before we move and get some responses, I want to throw out a question for Alpha Alpha 8 Charlie Sierra. Gary, would you like to be on the regular side of the net, or are you just monitoring tonight? I'll move you down if you would like that.
Oh, no, I'm here. What a great question. Whoa. And everyone's built one of those things with the cat whisker. Absolutely. Fabulous question there, Russ. Yeah, I'm in. AA8CS back to W8WKY.
All right, my friend. I appreciate that. I'm going to throw you the short end of the stick, so to speak, and then we'll go from there. So we're moving to KE8QFT, W8WKY. Fred, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here this evening. What do you think Eric's trivia question answer is?
K8QFD here, oh boy, that's a tough one. I ain't had enough time to look it up. Yeah, tell you the truth, I really don't know. So I won't say C because, you know, I don't think the ones who make these quizzes out, you know, they say, well, if you don't know, say C. So no, they don't arrange things like that where C would be the right answer. Of course, I don't know. So I'll say B. Last I looked, the Guardians were down 3-2 to the Dodgers. I really don't have much else to say, but I hope I'm making it through tonight. Haven't been on the radio much, and really, that's about it for me. KE8QFT, back to net control.
KE8QFT, W8WKY. Thanks, Fred, for that. Eric is tabulating those. You're the first tabulation. And as soon as we know, he'll have more tabs to go. KD8SLG, W8WKY. Nick, just Nick, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here this evening.
W8WKY, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Stefan, and everyone here on the Club Net. Great to hear everyone. Let's start with trivia. I think I actually know one of the answers for real, and with that little knowledge, I'm going to go with C, Charlie. Break all of the trends and go with Charlie there with an Eric question. So that's out of the way. I did pen a quick haiku during this evening's Newsline. Another Club Net. Eric Mast has trivia. Just Nick is next week. That's right. I've got the Club Net next week, so put that on your calendar and be sure to check in with me next week, and we'll have a good time. That's all I got for everybody tonight. Thanks a lot there, Stefan. This is KD8SLG, back to net control.
KD8SLG, W8WKY. We appreciate that, Nick. Thank you so much for sharing that information and for being here tonight. It's always a pleasure having you, and thanks for all the stuff that you do for the club and for being vice president, as a matter of fact, with Gary. Gary Shorter and Nick are our president and vice president. KC8HDP, W8WKY. Jerry, you are up, my friends. Great to have you here this evening.
Well, good evening, Stefan, and good evening, Eric. Boy, thank you for that trivia question. Boy, you always have some head scratchers there. I better answer that question before I forget. I'm going to throw a wild guess out at Delta. I have no idea. Anyway, the Ohio QSO party is this weekend. Looking forward to operating for that. Hope hear a lot of others out there as well. Don't really have anything else, so I'm going to send it back to you, Stefan. Thank you for doing the net. You always do a great job. With that, W8WKY and the net from KC8HDP 73.
KC8HDP, W8WKY, and as do you, Jerry, do a great job in net control. I love when you're doing that and when I get to give my my response for the VE test. So thank you so much for that as well. KE8VOS, W8WKY. Brent, you're up, my friends. Great to have you here tonight. What do you think Eric's trivia question answer is?
KE8VOS. Good evening, everybody on the net. I honestly have no good answer for the trivia question, so I was always told if you don't think A or B is right, C is always a good option, so I'm just going to go with C on this one for that. Hopefully I'm coming in clear for you guys. I got a J-pole antenna that I put together over the last couple weeks and got that up and running, so you guys are sounding really good and clear on my end, and hopefully I'm coming through good on the other end. That'll be it for me, 73.
KE8VOS, W8WKY. Brent, you are crystal clear, my friend. So what you did was a great job building that J-pole antenna. Congratulations, you succeeded. That is a great sounding antenna, my friend. Thank you so much for being with us this night. KA8MNT, Tom, W8WKY. You are up. What do you think Eric's trivia question answer is?
W8WKY, this is KA8MNT. Good evening, Stefan, and everybody that's on the net. Well, let's see. I'm going to go with eeny, meeny, miny. I think I'll go with Delta. Just to see, I know only one other person's done that. So with that, let's see. Nothing else went on too much today. Except that I did the second thing that hams do the best and went out to brunch with a mess of us and we ate. So I had a good time. So with that, I'm going to turn everything back over the net. This is KA8MNT, back to W8WKY.
KA8MNT, W8WKY. When you started with the eating meeting, I thought you were going to go, hey Mo, hey Larry. So anyways, it's great to have you here this evening, Tom. It's good to hear you also in the morning when my chain doesn't break. And most of the time, by the time you're on in the barometer net, the chain is already broke and I'm part way to work. So, but it's good to hear you tonight. KE8UIB, W8WKY. John, you're up, my friend. Great to have you here tonight.
W8KY from K8UIB. Good evening, Steph and everybody out there on the net. And, the trivia question. This one is so far out of my pay grade. Oh, man. So I'll just choose B, Bravo. We'll keep it simple. With that, I hope everybody's doing good tonight. I'm just sitting here, me and the wife, relaxing and listening to the net. Living that $5 dream a nickel at a time and waiting for the weather to cool down just a little bit, that's for sure. Hopefully this weekend, maybe I'll get on and do a little bit of fishing and maybe play some radio, since things in my life are slowing down a little bit too. So kind of looking forward to that. But with that, this is K8UIB. I'll hand this back over to Net Control. 7-3, y'all.
K8UIB, W8WKY. John, that's great news. Next time you're out doing some fishing, and especially when I get a little more time when I'm getting loose from the ship soon, I'd love to do some fishing with you. Fishing is my favorite thing. I go down, I fish Portage Lakes a lot, and I fish down in Tennessee on Lake Norris once a year during right before Mother's Day. Got to be back by Mother's Day. You know how that is. Hi. If you don't do that, man, woo! There's a doghouse in the back that's just really cruddy because I have to repaint it and all that stuff just to be in it. Because Mom can get just, she loves you, but the things she says. N-A-T-Z-D, W-A-W-K-Y. Clark, you're up, my friends. Great to have you here tonight. We'll try it again. N-A-T-Z-D.
Sorry about the delay. My hand in the cookie jar. Oh, man, and the choice, well, whatever the choice is with lead, that's where galena and crystals comes from. So I'll just sit by and listen. John, I looked at your John UIB. That's a good picture you have on your QRZ page. I enjoy hearing you talk about your fish endeavors in the barometer net. Back to you, Stephen, from N8PZD.
N8TZD, W8WKY. Yeah, that picture was taken with a $5 camera that he bought a nickel at a time. I love him. Boy, that's great. I just love that. So thanks for being here, Clark. Appreciate that. N8LTR, W8WKY. Bill, you're up, my friends. Great to have you here this evening.
Well, good evening. Yeah, just starting to eyeball the clock with an idea that it's time to go to bed. I need dental work in the morning, so I think that's a good idea. Fool's gold, yeah, the answer is C. So that's for the trivia, and sorry to hear that about Russ, and yeah, we'll just pass best wishes on and blessings of the Lord where that's concerned. Back to you, Stefan, from N8LTR.
N8LTR, W8WKY. Yes, blessings from the Lord, my friend. Thank you so much for sharing that. And yes, we do wish that for Russ and his family, and we know that God is with him. So, and we here on this planet, he's not gone yet, but he's here right with him. So we appreciate those good, kind sentiments, my friend. NT8D, W8WKY. Dave, the cat herder of Net Control Operation Cat Herders. You are up, my friend. It's great to have you here this evening, Dave.
Good evening there, Andrew, everybody, or Stefan, I'm sorry. You guys, for some reason, there's something about you guys that you guys could be brothers in my head somehow. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like the sun is just going down here. I got to go pick up a few things from the drugstore. I got to go back and spend the day in Cleveland tomorrow. Go to a couple more pianos before I go to the doctors, and they can take pictures of my insides, and then they can tell me what they see. Let's see. I like the trivia question. I don't remember the chemistry there. I remember having a rock collection, and there was a little piece of pyrite in there, and it's got to be different colors. I'm going to go with, I think I remember hearing two words put together, another word that went with pyrite when I remember that from my rock collection as a kid. So I'm going to go with answer C, even though Eric's providing the question. Russ is sorely missed, that's for sure, but Eric has really stepped up and risen to the occasion, so it just throws out some incredible trivia questions, I gotta say. See everybody, hopefully at the picnic and other places. Back to W8WKY from NTAD.
NTAD, W8WKY, we appreciate you being with us, Dave, and for being the guy that corrals all the net control operators. So thank you so much for that. All right, here comes our friend, who is a noun, not a verb. WE8, WIZ, W8WKY, Bob, Robert, you are up, my friend. It's great to have you here this evening, my friend.
W8WKY, this is WE8, WIZ, the Wiz out here in Norton. Good evening, Stefan. Good evening, everybody in the net. I'm in a different room tonight, so I'm on my handheld. I'm in here messing with some of my guitars. I have to practice some music for Sunday for our worship team. It's all brand new stuff to me, so it's a little tough. And all my guitars sound dead, so I'm going to have to start changing strings here in a little bit. That's the job that I like least. It's not that hard. I just hate to change strings, though. So good to hear everybody out there tonight, and I'm going to get back to it here in just a second. Listening to some music and changing strings on the guitar. Today was a beautiful day, and I just really enjoyed it. I was out and about today, so I'm going to break for time here for a second. Okay, back again. I've got my Martin guitars out now, trying those. I may change the gauge and strings on those too, so if anybody has any idea of what gauge I ought to go to, I'm running 1252s right now. Speaking of numbers and letters and things, I'm going to go with D. I think I remember back when I was a kid, back in the dark ages when dinosaurs roamed the planet, that there was something about the combinations of D that I think that I'll do that, even though I was a chemical engineer back then. I don't remember anything else. Getting old, terrible on the mind, but fortunately you don't remember that stuff. So I'm going to back out here because now you know that I can play one on the radio, and that's Bob, the round mound of sound out here in Norton, Ohio, which is everyone knows, garden spot of Summit County. So 73 out there, WE8, WIZ, back to you at W8W.
All right, WE8, WIZ, W8WKY. You were a little scratchy near the end, but we did hear the conversation before that. A little bit of scratchy, but it's probably because of the room you were in the HD, but no problem. We heard you, and I will see you Friday for our weekly sit down in the driveway and talk about ways to make the world a better place. I guess that's what we do. Maybe that's what we tell ourselves. All right, great to hear you, my friend. WO3X, W8WKY. John, you're up, my friends. Great to have you here tonight. What do you think Eric's trivia question is? Answer. I should say answer. Why trivia question? Jeepers creepers.
W8WKY.
Good evening, Stefan, and all on the net. This is WO3X. Sorry to hear about Russ there. I regret not having stopped in for a visit a couple years ago when my wife and I were out in the area geocaching, but I didn't have his address. But I know we were real close to it. We were in a park that had, I think, at least maybe 2 baseball fields. So that's the story on that. Let's see here. I know I I know the other word that Dave is talking about on the pyrite, and the only culmination of answers that I see that are like that is C. So I'm going to go with C. Charlie as my choice answer for the trivia question. So with that, thanks for running the net, Stefan. Back to the net, W8WKY. This is WO3X.
WO3X, W8WKY. We appreciate that, John. Thank you so much for being with us this evening, and for everyone that's answered so far. We have a few more to go on the net, and I will just throw out my call sign is November 8 Whiskey Bravo. Always like to throw that out once within the hour, as we are supposed to do for running the nets, because we are running the W8WKY as well. Moving over to W8MPG, W8WKY. James, you're up, my friends. Great to have you here this evening. What do you think Eric's trivia question answer is?
Hi there, Stefan. Good evening, everyone. Great stuff on the net tonight. I got a haiku from Nick for free, and a question that takes me back to 9th grade Earth Sciences class. So good stuff. I love it. Got home from work, did a few things around the house, and then hopped on the radio here. So good evening. I'm going to say B Bravo for my trivia answer. And back to you, Stefan. Everybody have a great evening. W8MPG.
W8MPG, W8WKY. Thanks, Jim. And it's great to have you here. And it just guys like you and people of all walks of life make these nets the greatest. And that's why one of the things I love amateur radio about. We have so many people all over that check into all of these nets. And so very, very cool that you were here with us. KC8FQV, W8WKY. Mark, you're up, my friends. Great to have you here tonight. What's Eric's trivia question answer?
All right, KCFQV. That map up. Swing the thing around and get the screen to come up for the DV. I'm going to say Charlie. I was just try that. And I didn't know. I was wondering what happened to Russ. So what, he just vanished? Is that what happened? He just vanished? And then, of course, that Ron. What's happening with Ron? Is he going to vanish? Is that what happened to these people? Is that what happened? You just vanish? But hopefully everything's going good. You know, I don't know if we should go to the Eagles for our picnic. Well, it's a Sunday. I think, but every time we go to that place, it rains. Well, I don't know. So, but I did see the newsletter. The newsletter. Yeah, I seen Mike put the attendance sheet out, what we talked about, and the Christmas holiday dinner menu on the email. I did see that. Well, I'm going to take Charlie, Stefan, and we'll send it back to Net Control, KCFQV. Oh, and tomorrow, today's Tuesday. I'm getting a day ahead of myself. Yeah, we still got Fred for another day. So we'll send it back to Net, and we'll catch Fred in the morning. So in 12 hours, we'll get this machine percolating again at KCFQV.
KC8FQV, W8WQI. We appreciate that, Mark. Thank you for joining us, as always. And, Eric is tabulating those answers. He's just a tabulating kind of guy. And he's one of our VEs. We've had several VEs check in this evening, and I appreciate every single one of you who help out on those sessions. N8XLQ, W8WKY. Lenny, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here this evening. What do you think Eric's trivia question answer is?
Hey, thanks for having me, man. Awesome. And good evening, everybody. Lenny, N8XLQ, over here on. Let's see. This is my first time I checked in with you guys here at night. So, hi. I made it. Let's see. Oh, definitely C. That's the absolute only answer that it could possibly be. When you said Galena and a couple of other things, I was like, yep, that's it, right there. University of YouTube mining shows. Yeah, there you go. That's where I found that. YouTube rabbit holes are actually kind of mind improving once in a while. If you don't let it burn your eye out, get at least a good one. So, anyways, I'll let you all go back to the net and get it all done and everything. I'm going to roll out. I gotta get up early in the morning and do this again. All right, it's good to hear you people again. I'll talk to you soon. Like in the morning. Have a good night. N8XLQ.
N8XLQ, W8WKY. Thanks, Lenny. Appreciate you being here. Great hearing you in the mornings. And man, I'm like, I'm kind of stoked. First time you checked in at night and you checked in on mine. That's awesome. Thanks, my friend. Appreciate that little hi there. All right, moving on to our president, and the guy that gave us our first piece of announcements, and those were good announcements. And you are up, my friend. Alpha H, Charlie Sierra, W8WKY. Gary, it's great to have you here tonight. What do you think Eric's trivia question answer is?
Well, you don't want to know what I think. W8WKY, this is AA8CF. First, I want to say good evening to Lenny and welcome to the nighttime show, I guess. Yeah, this is a lot of fun, and Wednesdays and Sunday nights as well. So you got to stick around. You got to be able to do both ends of the candle, Lenny. But good to hear you this evening. Let's see. Mark had talked about Ron. Ron is in a nursing home, and he is not on the air at all. He's doing okay, but he is not radioactive. So Jim does VMW. VMW does keep in contact with him periodically, and does come back with reports periodically as well. I should have more on Russ here shortly as things progress. The phone call came today, so there's not a whole lot of details. Anyway, with that, I cannot choose C. I can choose A, B, or D, but I can't choose C. And the reason I can't choose C is Shorter's postulate, as I think that was LTR that coined that phrase, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that, but I was thinking Bill kind of talked that one up. Anyway, so I'm going to choose A, B, and D, ABDA, and I'm leaving C out. So there you have it. This is AA8CS, back to net.
W8WKY.
AA8CS, W8WKY. Thanks, my friend, for being with us this evening and for making this a great net. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, I'm at the bottom of my check-ins, and I'll just run in real quick and see if there's any other people real quick that would like to check into the Serenet. We're closing it down shortly, but if you were just getting in late or you want to check in, please call W8WKY.
W8WKY, Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo, Phil and Canal Fulton.
All right, your time
OL, Kilo Delta 8, Quebec Oscar Lima. I just wanted to get in here and add to the numbers before you shut this net down. So with that, I'll say 73 to everyone, and have a wonderful evening.
All right, before you go, give me your call one more time. I had KD8OL, but I don't know if that was it.
KD8QOL, Kilo Delta 8, Quebec Oscar Lima. Keith over here in Kenmore.
All right, I got you now. KD8QOL. We got you there for the in and out. Thank you, my friend. And we got V3K, WV3K, who came back to the net. We'll get back. Any last one, and then we'll close it down in just a little bit. Any last check-in?
KG4SBK recheck.
I'm sorry, Stefan. This is Mike down in Navarre. KE8EHG. Just give you a number there. 7 3s, everyone.
All right, K8EHG, we appreciate that, my friend. And then I had one other person who was right before that. I think you were in and out earlier. Was that SCK?
Oh, right, Stefan. I didn't mean to be in and out. I thought you were doing a magic trick there.
All right, not a problem, my friend, not a problem. All right, well, let's move up. And I believe Phil was listening to the net there. So, Phil, if you heard the WV3K, if you heard the trivia question, if you'd like to answer it, go ahead, my friend, then we'll move over to Mark.
November 8, Whiskey Bravo 4, W8WKY. Net control. This is Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. Thank you, Stefan. Yeah, I thought I'd part my ways here for a few seconds, a couple minutes, and join the group. Hope you have a wee spot there for me to be registered. Anyway, I just wanted to say I'm very sorry to hear of Russ. I just let you know that he helped me raise my tower along with the group, and I'm heartfully sorry of hearing him becoming ill or whatever had taken place. Gary, you can give him my love, and also that I will be keeping him in my prayers when you speak with him. So with that, many Lord's blessings his way and to his precious family. The answer I have, it comes from, I would have to say, from my departed father, who helped me build a helped me build a cat whisker radio when I was a child. I was probably about 7, 8 years old, but I remember it very vividly. I enjoyed that with my father. When there was times like that, we could share together, and he built it. I did not, but I got to keep it after he got done building it, and it was a cat whisker radio, and I got to tie it to the bed frame of my bed at that time when we had metal frames underneath the springs, and it worked just great. Anyway, I think the cat whisker, I don't think it was germanium, but I think it was like a lead gallium source material that the little whisker used to sit on as the detector, and it just was very faint, but good enough that a little earpiece would be able to be a little transducer. You could hear the audio. And one thing I used to be able to do is enjoy listening to the ball games on WAKR when Bill Martin, I think it was Bill Martin that was the broadcaster then. But anyway, that was a lot of fun. So with that, whatever the answer came up with, the lead gallium, that's what I'm going to pick. I don't know. I don't remember if I heard the answers or the letters correctly, but you could correct me that I may be wrong. Back over to net control. And again, very nice business there. Stefan, and thank you very much for handling the next this evening. And your audio is excellent. God bless to all 73s, and much love to you and thanks to all your families. WV3K is clear.
WV3K, W8WKY, we appreciate the sentiments here, Phil. And when you first started, I thought you were going to say, my father helped me build a whiskey still. I was going to say, wow, I want to learn more about your dad, but I know that's not what it was. But it was like, my mind just went that way when you started with whiskey. So I apologize for that. I just thought it was kind of humorous. So KG4SCK, W8WKY. Mark, you're up. Do you have the answer for Eric's trivia question?
Hey, Stefan, I sure do. Eric stumped me last week, so I'm here for redemption. Pyrite. I know that is fool's gold. We panned for gold when I was in the Boy Scouts, so learned about that. And pyrite comes from iron, I believe. So with that, I'm going to go with Charlie and just be a daredevil. And, yeah, go with Charlie. KG4 SEK back to W8WKY net control.
KG4SCKW8WKY. We appreciate you, Mark, and I appreciate the gift you gave me during the Sarah meeting and for my birthday, and that was a great, that took a little bit, I can tell. I know, because when I cook things before myself, I know how much work it goes in there, but, you know, I'll just throw this out there. If you ever need to give gifts out, any kind of holiday, and you need someone to test them, you can make me a big bag, and I will make sure that I give you whatever the amount of kudos you need, because those are great. So, anyways, I do appreciate you. Thank you. All right, that is the bottom of our net, and we are moving over to our trivia master for tonight, and that is W8ELM. Eric, you are up, my friend, to give these wonderful people that trivia question answer.
Thank you, Stefan. This is W8ELM. You know, Gary says that we're the best-looking hams on the planet, I believe is the way he says it. We must also be the smartest because we had 11 correct answers tonight. The correct answer is lead and iron. So it's lead sulfide and iron sulfide. Lead sulfide is galena, and iron sulfide is pyrite. They're both cubic crystals or tetragonal crystals, so they have nice flat faces to lay that cat whisker down on. Let's see, KD8SLG, KE8VOS, N8TZD, N8LTR, NT8D, W03X, KC8FQV, N8XLQ, and I credited Gary, AA8CS, with the correct answer because I knew he knew it. But because of Shorter's postulate, he just didn't want to say that. But Gary, you know the old saying, to every rule there is an exception. And to Shorter's postulate, this applies. I normally don't pick C, but I did tonight. WV3K, Phil, had the correct answer also, and KG4SGK. Let me get a little time. A point contact diode was created where the cat's whisker contacted the crystal. That's a simple PN junction that only allowed current to flow in one direction. That's what a diode does. This served as a detector for decoding the modulation on the AM signal. And they had to keep moving the cat's whisker around. It would eventually sort of deteriorate in function, so they'd pick it up and move it around to another section on the crystal, and when they'd used up all the places that worked, they had to pull the crystal out of the cup and stick another one in. So with that, thanks everybody for your participation. And again, dedicating this question to Russ, and we wish him the very best. W8WKY, W8ELM. Break.
W8ELM, we appreciate that trivia question answer, and we heard a break, whoever that is. Please go.
Roger, thank you, Stefan. This is AA8CS. I just wanted to thank Eric for dedicating tonight's question to Russ. I that was a wonderful tribute, and I certainly appreciate it, and I'm sure everyone else does as well. Anyway, that's it. AA8CS, back to net.
AA8CS, W8WKY. We appreciate that, Gary. And if anybody who has a net logger will see at the very top of the list, we have WBUPA as marked as a very important person there. Number one spot, big red up there at top. And I don't know if anybody knows this, but if you do use the the net logger software, you can always open up for at least a month our nets. Usually they stay up for about 3 weeks, and look at previous nets. There is a place to download those and look at them. And so you can see all the stuff that we did and who we talked to. And so, Russ was a wonderful person. I checked in many times on other nets that he had, especially driving home from the West Park Radio Ops with Bill, NAWS. He and I, as we drove away, we would check in on Russ's net. And Russ had that one net, and I can't remember because it was Russ's name and another gentleman's name. The Russ and Something show, and I can't remember the other gentleman, but they would always be on Friday nights when we'd be driving home from the West Park Radio Ops Club meeting. So, anyways, I'd like to say thanks to everyone who participated in tonight's net. Don't forget there's breakfast at Bueller's in Wadsworth on Saturday mornings at 7 a.m. And at this time, I'm going to close the net, which is just a sad thing. Like every time I do nets, it's a sad thing. And we had 30, I count us, Eric and myself, I always count us because we did check in. So we had 36 check-ins this evening, 36. Good number of people. Thank you all for that. I always say this on all the nets that I run. I enjoy amateur radio. I enjoy the fellowship of amateur radio. I enjoy this club, and I enjoy all of you who were here this evening. This repeater is now being returned to normal amateur use. This is November 8 Whiskey Bravo and W8WKY, and we are both clear, and we will be waiting for regular amateur communications. Everyone have a great night. 73, my friends, and I can't wait to talk to you all again in October, the end of October.
Hey, WBKD2HCE, you can throw me on the list. I'm a little bit late.
Give me that call sign one more time.
Kilo Delta 2, Hotel Charlie Echo.
All right, Chris, KD2HCE. Got you there, my friend. All right, now we're closing the net down. We have 37 check-ins. Everyone have a great evening. November 8 Whiskey Bravo clear.
And FYI, it's the Russ and Johnny show. Roger?
That was what it was, the Russ and Johnny show. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate that. Yeah, that was a trivia. That went back a bit, but so thank you so much for that. Russ and Johnny. Yeah, I used to check into that thing coming home from the West Park Radio Ops at Tri-C. We used to meet at the Cuyahoga Community College Western Campus back in the day. So thank you for that, and now I will be clear. November 8 Whiskey Bravo clear, and whoever wants to use it, please jump on.
Yeah, okay, Steph, can you? Stephen, I was going to just mention, when you guys call for in and out and that, short times, some people just go so fast, it's like happened there. Yeah, don't just say it and run away. Wait around until the net control recognizes everyone. Because that's the only way it really can count. Get yourself QV. Here's N8PZD. Both Rook and were passengers in my car for a lot of ham radio meetings, dinner, ham fests. A couple of great guys. Rick's son has been helping me with getting my old van running, so I'll try to find out what I can, and I will certainly get back to the club with information on how, where he's doing. N8PZD.